All right, I wanted to talk about another crazy fiction book that I read a little bit earlier this year called The Whisper Man by Alex North. This is a dark one. If you're into crime thrillers, certainly I'll do a bit of a trigger warning on this one. The topic of it does involve kids. I should say, like, kind of the subject of the crimes. Although there's nothing super graphic about kids in the book, it's still, I mean, when I was explaining this book to my wife, for example, she's like, I'd never read that. So it's a bit dark, but like I said, you're not reading in detail about that. The book itself, without giving away too much, is about a serial killer who abducted kids in the past, went away to jail, but then the same thing kind of starts happening again. And so the town is wondering if there was an accomplice this whole time. They call him the Whisper Man because he would whisper to people through the window, to kids. What makes this book pretty kind of edge of the seat for me is it toes the line between thriller, horror, and crime. And so what I mean by that is I think of books like Simone St. James books as kind of the more scary horror books. And then there are other books that are kind of more crime thrillers. And this one's in between both of those. There's some interesting parts to it that'll scare you a bit, like in the horror sense. And then there's the thriller crime part of it as well. So this is a good one. Quick, easy read, a bit of a dark topic, so kind of be careful. But if you're into books like this, or if you've heard of Alex North before, The Whisper Man, this is a good one. Thanks for watching.